Welcome to Super Bowl week.
Wow, that's cut me off there.
Hey, this is my week.
That's true. This is your week. I gotta give you all the credit there. We're live. Welcome, one and all. West Coast Draft Podcast. It's Super Bowl week, as Rob said. There's a lot to get into. Obviously, there's no games to break down other than the Pro Bowl. Which,
yeah, I don't think anyone's too interested in that.
Hey, I was. I had a great time with the Pro Bowl, mostly because it was basically the Bengals versus the NFC. No one the AFC or anything. Or the
Garrett Bowles. Garrett Bowles.
Oh yeah, Garrett Bowles. Yeah, sorry, get Garrett Bowles at tight end, and
no one can stop him.
Yeah. Well, it was funny that two of the three quarterbacks were Bengals. Like, I don't know if that's ever happened before.
No, I can't think of that.
So, what do you know? Well, it's funny too. I think, and someone was asking, like, how did Shedeur get in over Burrow? Like, the situation that I heard, apparently, like, Burrow was absolutely ahead on the pecking order, ahead of Shedeur. But basically what happened was they went down the list. Obviously, Shedeur eventually gets in as an alternate. And then someone at, like, the last minute on, like, Saturday dropped out. So they went back through the list, and they're like, hey, come on, we're desperate. Please, somebody be the last AFC quarterback. All we got right now is Shedeur and Flacco. And the fact that Jamar and T were already there was like, Burrow was like, okay, all right, I'll do it.
Man, what a shame that's happened to the Pro Bowl, man. It used to, like, people used to care about it.
When it was in Hawaii, man. Bring it back to Hawaii. Bring it back to the Aloha State. Make it in the Aloha State. I saw one proposition. Make it in Hawaii. Make it 2 weeks after the season. So, and you can even make it like a mini, like, agent event too, so you can get kind of head start on the agent negotiation.
I like that.
And for the winning team, every player on the winning team gets their contract guaranteed for the next season. I don't know how the logistics of how that last thing would work, but it would motivate people to not drop out.
It would.
Logistics probably impossible, but that last idea again. If you need a motivator, keep players in it. There it is. Oh, and make it full contact again, not flag. Which I have fun with some of the flag elements of it. I don't necessarily think the flag elements are.
Honestly, just get rid of the whole game aspect of it, right? Just do like a skills competition. And that's totally fine. It really doesn't need to be a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the timing of it. Put it in mid-season. Like there's always the proposition. Like, because every other All-Star game's at mid-season. It's like, why is the Pro Bowl the only one that's, like, weirdly right before the Super Bowl?
Yeah, like, but it would be so weird with the momentum of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
The season's not long enough to be able to do it mid-year.
Well, what I'm saying, but I'm like, if we went to 18 games, 18 games with 2 bye weeks. What if we made that extra bye week just the Pro Bowl? Everybody has that
interested.
Call it the mid-season. Yeah, call it the All-Star break. Like, say, like, week 9. After week 9, every team gets a bye week. And if you're an All-Star or if you're a Pro Bowl, I guess that one, a lot of players like to use that bye week to rest, probably. So a lot of the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, they'd want to be like, no, I'm going home.
I
haven't seen my wife and kids for weeks.
I guess if they do it in flag football, I don't know. How does the NBA, like, get the guys to not drop out? That's my question. Do whatever they do to get these guys not to drop out.
Well, I think part of it is because it is mid-season. They don't really have a choice.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, put it in mid-season, but I'm like, obviously these guys want to use those bye weeks, like, for rest and recovery. They're not going to want to fly to Hawaii to, do like a big All-Star event. As awesome as it would be for the fans.
I saw an underrated comment of like the fact that it's in Hawaii, it's more away from the cameras, whereas if it's at the same venue as the Super Bowl, everyone in the whole world's going to be there.
It's always either in Vegas or in sometimes. Obviously this time it was in the Bay, so it's like I get doing NFL honors right by the Super Bowl because they're all there anyways, so that works.
It's literally just for the media to do it at the Super Bowl location.
I don't know.
My favorite part of the Pro Bowl was Micah's Jazzy scooter.
What's up?
My favorite part of the Pro Bowl was Micah Parsons' Jazzy scooter.
Oh, on the scooter. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like past Pro Bowls, and I was like, wait, what? What about Jazzy? What? Yeah, I don't know. I miss like middle school days where it was like the Pro Bowl was like kind of fun. Like it wasn't good. No, it was always just an offensive slop fest, but it was kind of fun. It
was an event. It was an event. You could see the players were happy to be there.
Dropping out. I mean, there were guys that dropped out, but you never had to go to like the 8th alternate.
You could see that the players were happy to be there.
Like they were having a good time. There's always like the poolside interviews, like the day before the Peyton was always like helping run it. Peyton. Apparently, he did like big like player symposiums the week of the Pro Bowl whenever he was there. Like,
dude, imagine Russell Wilson doing that. Like the players just being like, "Ugh."
Where'd you get that jet from, Russell?
Oh, don't talk about him. No,
I won't bring it
up. Don't talk about
you mentioned him, and I had to say it.
No, Russell Wilson denied it.
I know, and I believe him. To be clear, it's just funny. It's been a big weekend for that. I'll just say that much.
Hey,
we won't get into
let's talk about the Giants and Patriots owner more than Russell Wilson trying to buy a plane from a guy who was like somewhat attached
from a guy. Yeah, it was a friend of a friend situation. Wasn't even the actual.
You see that like a Geno Smith jersey came up in someone was talking about buying a Geno Smith jersey in the Epstein files. So like talking about like what a bummer about the Jets. Poor Woody Johnson. They just stink or something like that. It's like Geno just catches strays at the Epstein files, man.
Yeah, non-stop strays. Where should we start as far as everything we're chatting about today? Just so the folks at home kind of have an idea of the week. We're going to be focused on NFL honors tonight because that's the big thing coming up soon. It's on Thursday. Talk a little bit about a post-mortem on the coaching carousel. Your boy went 0 for 10. It's rough. That's rough. I felt pretty good going in too. And then
probably because they probably went 0 for 10 because 0 minorities got hired.
That's true. How many
solid counts? But like, no black coaches.
A lot of people are saying
hired.
It was 0, but no black coaches. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it was 0. And I was like, man, are we just erasing Rob Saleh? We should erasing. Is this Rob Saleh?
I know, right? Don't erase our beautiful Lebanese man.
That's right. Hey, Lebanon's kind of close to Egypt, and Egypt's got pyramids. In Memphis is a city in Egypt.
Oh, nice! I was wondering where you were going there. I didn't know where you were going.
And Tennessee, well, the Titans play in Nashville, but they label themselves the Tennessee Titans, so it doesn't specify. Could be Memphis. There you go. All right, there's a connection.
Nicely done. Not really that was good. That was pretty good.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess the only ones that have recently happened are Kubiak and LaFleur. The other ones were all finalized. I guess we'll start with Kubiak, obviously.
And Kubiak's still not technically finalized, but, it's just a formality. It's a Kellen Moore situation, basically.
Yep.
Wow, I'm 1 for 10. Let's go.
Yeah, you went 1 for 10. Yeah, we had a rough year. A couple of years ago, we were like 3 for 8, 4 for 8. This year, 0 for 10 and 1 for 10. What a!
How many black head coaches did we each have on our list?
I had 2 at least. I saw Joseph and Flores, and then
Durde, Sala. So I had Flores, Durde. Nope. Yeah, just two myself.
And then you had Sala up here.
And Sala, yeah.
So minority 3 for 10, black 2 for 10.
Sounds like they are gonna try and address it though. That's what Goodell said. I saw something interesting about it, and it was like, someone said that the reason that there's not more black coaches getting hired for head gigs is because there's not many black OCs. I found that pretty interesting. It's like, yeah, that saying like that's a very common path for coaches to become head coaches. I thought that kind of lines up. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Eric Bieniemy's back in the cycle. If the Chiefs are good again next year, his name will be back out there.
Dude's never getting a head coach gig.
Honestly, his best chance of ever getting one, funny enough, might have been the Bengals back in 2019.
Really?
But they picked Taylor. For a lot of people were convinced he was going to be the guy, and then they picked Taylor instead.
Honestly, for him, I think it's pretty clear the reasons he's not a head coach. One, he's not. I don't think he's a very good coach. Two, his skeleton's in his closet. Like, I remember like during the height of it, and people were, who should be a head coach that is totally blackballed is Brian Flores. That one is a bad look.
Which,
in my opinion,
to be fair, I mean, I'm not trying to defend it because he absolutely should be a head coach.
He is an ass. He is an ass.
And even outside of that, I mean, when you have an active lawsuit against the NFL, it's kind of difficult to justify hiring you.
Yeah, but I mean, he got totally blackballed.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not saying. I mean, the fact that he's still the DC in Minnesota, like, I mean, good for him. I mean, or not good for him. Good for the Vikings. Like, they keep winning, and keep him in the NFC by all means, or just keep him warm to be the Bengals head coach next year. But
honestly, the Bengals kind of need that attitude, man.
Oh, 100%. They just don't have that right now. Right? I mean, honestly, what they don't, they just need to be aggressive. They need veterans in free agency because right now, I mean, they got talent in some areas on the defense, but they just don't have any veteran leaders. Like when their defense was like actually good, like the playoff run in 21. And the 2022 season.
You had veteran leaders like Trey Flowers, Eli Apple.
Hey, Eli Apple was actually good.
He had a really good playoffs.
Hey, people forget Eli Apple was garbage at almost every other NFL city he played in, but for some reason, putting on that striped helmet, he
was good.
Player. Yeah,
he was. I totally agree. It's just funny because people remember him just being garbage, but like he was really good with the Bengals.
Cincinnati, and what the funny thing is, people were clowning on him because he allowed the game-winning touchdown to Kupp in the Super Bowl, and it's like it wasn't bad coverage; it was just a perfect throw and a perfect catch. Like, sometimes you can't cover that.
Yeah,
it was fine. It's not like he got torched off the line or something. But everybody was so wanting to jump on his ass.
Well, yeah, because. What he gave Tyreek Hill the deuces, and Tyreek was all still pissy about that. He shut down Tyreek in the AFC title game.
That was his last game as the Chief too.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, he shut down Tyreek.
Yep.
But I mean, if there's anyone who can maximize defensive talent, it's Brian Flores. Him making those Viking squad into incredible defense is so incredible because there was nothing on that defense.
Yeah, the Vikings quietly finished 9-8 this year. Like it felt like they were a 5-win team for most of the year, and then they're like, you look up at
Max Brosmer started games for them.
I know. It's like, where did this come from? And that was with J.J. McCarthy as their best quarterback.
It was with them literally hanging Carson Wentz out to dry.
Yeah, it was their best quarterback became the meme of the NFL season.
Do you see people making 9 memes with the ground Punxsutawney Phil?
Yeah, Punxsutawney Phil. Yep. Oh yeah.
because it was like he and his descendants have like a 30% rate. I saw someone.
What's your first? My favorite is Puxatawny Phil has a 39% average, and people call him a fraud. Shohei Ohtani has a 290 average, and people call him the GOAT.
Oh man, what a pointless holiday!
It really is. It's not even a holiday, man. Let's be real. It comes and goes, and no one realizes it.
The best thing to come out of Groundhog's Day is a movie.
Yes, absolutely. And if anything, I don't think Groundhog Day would still be a thing. Well, it would be a thing, but it would be a very niche thing that only like that people in that random town in Pennsylvania like follow.
It's in New York, buddy.
Is it New York? Okay.
Yep.
Northeast.
I think it was Bill de Blasio killed one of the groundhogs by dropping it.
Oh, that's terrible. That's sad actually. But anyways, somewhere in the Northeast. There you go. It'd be a very niche thing, but I think the movie kind of made it like a national thing. Now
okay.
Now it's a big thing.
I remember because they'd showed us what happened in elementary school, you know, and we followed other niche things. Like our librarian loved the Iditarod and would always track the Iditarod.
Oh, I remember following the Iditarod. I remember that too.
So she'd always have a tracker in the library of where they were. It was always really
cool. So funny. These niche things that you follow like in elementary school that you look back on. I mean, you can look back on once you get to middle school. You don't even have to wait till you're 25, 26 to do it. But like, I look back on it now and I'm like, what's the point of learning about Johnny Appleseed?
We never learned about Johnny Appleseed.
Oh, you never learned about Johnny? We had units dedicated to that.
We got Cesar Chavez, baby.
Oh, we had Cesar Chavez. Hey, we lived in California. We knew Cesar Chavez. Come on.
That's fair.
But no, like that, or Paul Bunyan. We learned about Paul Bunyan.
We didn't learn about Paul Bunyan either.
Now it was like in our like ELA, like our reading unit. It wasn't like a history lesson, but it was just like we're learning about. It was like American myths, basically. I guess what we're learning about. But it's just funny to look back on. I'm like, why did I have to learn about Johnny Appleseed? Like, what was the point of that? They did really in the Apple State. They didn't teach about Johnny.
Well, our curriculum was a little different, right? Because we did so much Spanish stuff, so we had to focus more on that kind of stuff.
I guess that's fair.
So I think maybe like in other schools, maybe I'm sure they probably talk about stuff like that, but we didn't really have the time to do that. I remember when we first started getting English, like dedicated English classes, our teacher, this is so goofy. She'd be like, it was Senora Jenny. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna, Senorita Jenny. And she's like, okay, Miss Jenny's about to come in the classroom. I'm going to go let her in. And then she walks out and like puts on like a different like apron or something and comes back in the classroom. And then she speaks English. Miss Jenny and Senorita Jenny, never in the classroom at the same time.
True. That's a good point.
Never seen him in the same room.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Clint Kubiak.
Okay, Clint Kubiak, hired by the Raiders. I said it was a 50-50 coin toss. I still think it was at the time. Then he got convinced to take the gig. Happy for him.
Last meeting must have been a good meeting.
Yeah, happy for him. I think he got assurances of. I heard he's going to get a lot of money. Basically, that's what I was told. Is he's going to get a lot of years and a lot of money because like
it was 5 years. I think was reported.
The big thing for him is he wanted stability because he did not like constantly moving his family. That was his big issue. So and that's why he was really nervous about the Raiders job because they've had 3 coaches in 3 years or 4 coaches, 3 coaches in 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he was really nervous about that gig, and so he must have gotten the assurances he needed to take the gig. Raiders fans have been annoying, saying like, "Oh, we're going to take all of the Seahawks offensive staff and the Seahawks DC." They said they're going to get Adam dirty just because of play calling, right? And it's like that's not going to happen because one, Dirty and Kubiak have been together for 1 year. He went for McDonald, not for Kubiak. Two, I think the better way to get a head coaching job for Dirty is going to be staying in Seattle, even if he's not calling plays. And it's they're like, oh, Leslie Frazier's going to be our DC. He's Mike McDonald's assistant head coach. It's like, very clear, Leslie Frazier does not want to be a coordinator anymore. It's literally an advisor role. And it's like, oh, we're taking every Seahawks offensive staff. It's like, you realize we're probably going to be promoting half of them and elevating an OC from within. It's just like, oh, it's been annoying. Patriots and Raiders fans have been annoying me. But I am very happy for Kubiak. Personally, though, I don't think it's going to work out. I don't think he's going to be a very good head coach. I've said before, he's the offensive Jonathan Gannon. He's just kind of a weirdo. He kind of looks like Jonathan Gannon, too. Very unassuming white guy. And he called an absolute masterpiece against the Rams. That was an excellent game he called. But his play calling has been kind of up and down, right? It hasn't been perfect. He's not some offensive genius. And I am not convinced. I love Mendoza. He's not, most years he wouldn't be the number one pick or the number one quarterback. I'm very skeptical about his fit with Kubiak because at Cal, he was in a Spavital air raid. And then in Indiana, almost always shotgun RPO heavy. RPO is not in Kubiak's wheelhouse, and he loves under center. So I don't think it's something that he'll be able to take off and run with. That's where I'm a little curious about it. And also, I don't care that Tom Brady or whatever their GM's there now. It's not a stable organization when Mark Davis is running the show. It's just not. Wish him the best, though, but I think he'll be in Seattle in 2 years.
Yeah. As far as DCs go, I saw Jim Schwartz tied to it. Which there you go. That's how you kids fits Max Crosby sticker.
Yeah, that would be that's the other thing I was saying. It's like, what evidence is there to show that Kubiak wants to run the McDonald's system? I don't know. They've been together for a year. I think he's probably going to run the wide nine. And if they hire Jim Schwartz, that's what he'll be running. But sounds like the Browns don't want to let him out of his contract. But
Jim
Schwartz is a petty bitch, and he will just sandbag. It's like, everyone knows I'm a good DC. I'll just sabotage this year if you don't let me out, and you have to fire me. Screw you guys. I bet you'd be happy to see Schwartz leave.
Oh, 1,000%.
I wonder if Monken tries to run the Ravens system. I don't think it would work with who they got. I guess, Mason Graham did play in that system, so. But, that's a big shift because, Schwartz is a 4-3 true believer, And he's been there for a while, and they built the team that way. It would be funny if they hired Jim Schwartz because he got two, dyed-in-the-wool true believers of their systems because Kubiak and a lot of his guys that he brought with him to Seattle are wide zone, Kubiak, Shanahan system lifers, You don't find O-line coaches as dedicated to a system and scheme as dyed-in-the-wool wide zone guys. I'm not talking like McVay. McVay's changed things a million times. I'm talking if you're a descendant of the Kubiaks or Shanahan's, those guys, and coached around them forever, those guys are just, that's their religion almost. And I've loved it, and I want to have it. I want to keep those guys because it worked this year big time.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that greatly.
Who are the Seahawks going to promote?
They got several options. They got so the assistants I'd probably want to promote are it's gonna be one of Jake Uten or Justin Uten, who's the run game coordinator, who took on the running back coach when our running back coach just weirdly just left the team mid-year, and the run game got way better. Jake Peets, who's the pass game coordinator, and Andrew Janoko, who's the quarterback coach. One of those three.
Jake Peets, there you go.
Janoko's been with Kubiak for a long time. Uten and Peets were there last year. And then there's the two O-line coaches, Dennison and what's his name? Dennison's the O-line coach, and then there's an assistant O-line coach. What's his name? I'm blanking on it right now, but I'd ideally want to keep one of those two guys. They've been so big for us. You know, Dennison is a dyed-in-the-wool Heisman believer. Old guy, 40 years of NFL coaching experience, you know. Like, I've loved having those guys. It was very different from the staff that Grubb brought. And it's not something we really had in Seattle since probably Holmgren, who was very loyal to the West Coast system. So it's been nice to have.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. For more diversity.
Personally, I think I'd want to keep. So ideally, you keep 2 of 3 of Janoko, Uten, and Peets, and then 1 of Dennison. And what is his name? This is bugging me. What is it? I'm looking this up real quick. This is just bugging me. Give me 1 second.
You're good.
John Benton. John Benton is the O-line coach. Dennison's his right-hand man. Yeah, that's it. They've been huge. They're big, old dudes, you know, loud voices. Heard them at practice. They've been great for the O-line. Rumors like Arthur Smith might get the job, which, like, we could do worse then. You know, you just gotta leave the stupid gimmicky stuff out of it, and I'd be fine with it.
Yeah. Speaking now of NFC West OCs being hired, there's now a second LaFleur brother. A second LaFleur brother has struck
the NFC.
Yeah. I looked it up already. The Packers and Cardinals do not play this year.
Oh, bummer. So it's the new Harbaughs, basically.
They will be in line to play next year if they're both still employed at that point. You never know with the Cardinals. Never know with the Cardinals. Hell, you never know what the Packers were starting to get annoyed with LaFleur towards the end there.
You know, I talk my shit about the Cardinals, but they've only done a one and done once, and it was very deserved. As many problems as the Cardinals have, they won't do a one and done unless it's very deserved.
All right.
Well, and I think they were pretty hesitant on firing Gannon until it really collapsed at the end of the year.
All right, Mike LaFleur, keep your job for 1 year so we can have a LaFleur Bowl. Please.
Yes, sir. That is just such a tough job to take right now.
Yeah.
It is just a brutal. Like, you got to play Shanahan, McDonald, and McVay twice a year.
I will say, I saw a stat, though, like, with all the since Bruce Arians was hired, every offensive coach the Cardinals have hired has brought them to the playoffs, and every defensive coach has failed. Where's an offensive coach?
So. It was such a huge mistake to fire Arians. Thank God they did. He was the thorn in the side.
He retired, didn't he? I don't think he fired.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
And then he unretired.
I forgot about that.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but with LaFleur going to Arizona, I mean, the pieces are there on offense outside of the quarterback. Obviously, the quarterback's the hardest thing to figure out, and you're not exactly in a spot where you have your pick in the litter. I don't know what they're going to do with quarterback. Most likely, they'll just run it back with Jacoby Brissett, if I'm being honest, which definitely limits the upside of the offense in year one. But I mean, you've got McBride there, you've got Michael Wilson there, who just had an awesome season. You got Marvin Harrison still. You're probably having to redo the running back room. James Conner might be retiring soon, if we're being honest.
He's on his last legs.
The offensive line actually isn't terrible. As bad as a lot of things are in Arizona, their offensive line's fine. Not great, but it's fine. Defense.
I think by metrics, they were pretty bad. But by watching the tape, I think Gannon got a lot out of a unit without much talent other than Buda Baker.
Yeah, there's I don't know. They've invested a lot of picks on that side of the ball. That can actually develop those picks now. Walter Nolan flashed. He had a nice rookie year.
He just couldn't stay healthy. That was his issue.
Yeah. But he flashed when he was in there. Yeah, I'm sure they don't really have a premier edge rusher there or anything like that, which makes it tough, obviously. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. Defense will be a problem. Obviously, LaFleur's not a defensive coach, so he's going to bring someone in to fix that side of the ball. But offensively, other than quarterback, he's got pieces. So, I don't know. They could be decent. I don't think he'll be done. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, he won't. It's just a tough job. You've got and they kept their GM too, which I think.
That's a surprise.
I think it's pretty clear in the NFL right now that it's really important to hire GM and coach together, unless you have a really good GM, right? Because you see like I always think of Tennessee, right? Always staggering when they're firing.
Oh yeah, staggering is the worst thing you could possibly do. If you're gonna fire one, fire both of them. It's honestly why it was kind of like crazy to me that Greer, like they even kept McDonald as long as they did after they fired Greer. I'm like, you gotta throw the baby out with the bathwater at a certain point.
I don't think there's too many times, right? I think we all saw that stat or that story of how John Schneider's like the first coach to ever make it to a Super Bowl with different coaches and different
Howie Roseman
and quarterbacks,
Howie Roseman.
And no players from previous roster.
Okay, no players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess Kelsey was on the first Eagles. Okay,
Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox.
Brandon
Was Fletcher
Graham.
Cox still the one that went to the Chiefs? Or first one against the Chiefs? Yeah, Brandon Graham was for sure.
I think Fletcher was on that team.
Yeah, you might be right, but okay, and no players. All right, fair enough. I was like, okay, Howie just did that like 5 years ago. But you're right. It has been longer.
You just have to be a really good GM to survive a coach firing, basically. Because it's Roseman, it's Schneider. It's cool that Schneider's getting a lot of love again because he was kind of in the wilderness for a while. He was making some really bad choices.
Yeah. It looks like it might have been Pete choices in hindsight because they've been not perfect, but pretty close with under McDonald.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think they were quite aligned. I think the biggest disagreement was when to trade Russ. I think that.
I think you can be aligned, but you can also have the wrong voice. You can be aligned with the wrong voice.
I mean,
I'm not saying Schneider was having was like going against what Pete wanted, or Pete was going against what Schneider wanted. I think maybe, it becomes a situation where maybe it's not the right co-conspirator.
I think it was just that some of Pete's coaching was outdated. Like you hear a lot is that like Schneider was really wowed with McDonald after the Seahawks Raiders game where we got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Or Ravens, not Raiders.
Ravens, yeah.
I think that was part of it. Was Pete was getting a little outdated. I really disagree. I think Pete and John were really in lockstep on a lot of choices. The big one is that Schneider had wanted to trade a wrestler. That's the one I know for sure. I think they were very aligned. Like, they were like it was always said, Pete has the final say, but like they always agree. And they kind of got I think Schneider talks a lot about they made mistakes on drafting for need. And they kind of had to adapt to things. And they still kind of do draft for need a little bit, but like in other ways they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it shows that Schneider did adapt though a little bit. I think he did change up his drafting philosophy for sure. But I think there's a lot of levels to what went on there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool to see him get his flowers because his last 4 drafts have been really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop off for a second. So go ahead. You can talk about.
No, you're fine. Yeah, this has been a kind of a Seahawks love fest, but I mean, not too much else to talk about. So I'm gonna take it while I can get it. But it is really cool seeing John Schneider get his flowers, seeing how he has definitely adapted, changed, grown. And I think Mike McDonald was definitely part of that, but he was drafting really good before McDonald got there. He had 2 really good draft classes before he fired Pete. So it's very fun to see all these things come together. He has been on a pretty sick run though. Just takes a couple draft classes to really, really start playing things in your favor, especially in this day and age in the NFL. Yeah, no, I think he was like on an interview talking about what it was like for him to finally win GM of the year because he had never won it before. And the big time he was up for it was with the draft class with Russ and Bobby, and they had great successes their rookie years. And he lost to Chris Ballard, and I think he was like talking to Chris Ballard or talking about him talking to Chris Ballard. He's like, "Yeah, Andrew Luck, that was a really tough pick, wasn't it?" Because that's the pick he got GM of the year for, basically. And I know you're a big Andrew Luck fan, so I'm sure that would have been a very hard pick for you too, Beau.
I'm back. Yes, absolutely. Picking Andrew Luck first overall. I mean, just insane. Absolutely insane, of course. No one would have done it. Definitely wasn't hyped up. As
really bold move.
Draft prospect ever. Very bold. Very, very bold.
Yeah, he's probably still the best draft prospect ever.
Yeah, there hasn't been someone known. I mean, Burrow.
I don't think Burrow ever eclipsed it.
No, I'm not. Neither of them eclipsed it. I'd say Burrow and Lawrence were the closest.
Yeah, I think
Caleb
Burrow
maybe. Caleb's probably
no, I wouldn't put him there. I think what really differentiates Luck is that he came back for that last season, right? So he had a whole extra year of anticipation for him. And I think you kind of had that with Lawrence, although he didn't come back, but he was kind of anointed pretty early on because, I mean, he started midway through his freshman year. Burrow came on late, though. He came on late. So maybe that's why there wasn't as much hype.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, if he had
for many years, for many multi-year hype, there's plenty of hype towards it. After the ball started getting played in 2020 or 2019, everyone realized, damn, this guy's really good.
Yeah, I think. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, with those other guys, like Lawrence, as soon as he was following his true freshman year, once like future first overall pick. Caleb, after his first year. future first overall pick. Burrow, after his 4th year, was a 6th-round pick. Took him his 5th year, senior year, to really, really take off. But I mean, it was pretty clear at that point. He was head and shoulders above.
It was pretty clear. Damn,
I mean,
this guy
it's
can
funny
play.
to think about. I mean, it's funny to think about. Tua was my QB1 going into that cycle, and he was my QB2 after during that cycle too. I preferred him to Herbert. And I'm like, that's one so great.
I remember. I distinctly remember being like, "You ready for the Tua Bowl?" And you're like, "No, I'm ready for the Burrow Bowl."
Yeah, I think that was when I was starting to make the switch over. I think I kind of in my mind I was like, whichever team wins this, that's gonna be my guy, and LSU won it.
It was you were in there pretty early. I feel like
I was. I'd say probably around mid-October. I'd say right around
that feels about right.
Mid-October. Because even like through September, I was starting to run mock draft and stuff, and I saw people start putting the Bengals at number 1. And I was like, all right, Bengals number 1, Tua. Okay, moving on. And I started to move Burrow up. Like I think I had like at one point that was when like the Titans had like and they were picking pretty early in the draft.
Hey, buddy, you're a little fish bully.
Oh,
you're bad. I think you're bad.
Like that, hello?
Wait, look forward and talk.
Hello.
That's better. I think it's when you look to the side is when it gets fish bully.
Yeah, it was around mid to early September. I started playing Burrow in my 5th-round mock, but I didn't have any around mid-October. Over. And it was when we were in Canada. I can't remember if we went on that one.
Hey, buddy, it's happening again. As soon as you sighed, it was better. Look forward.
Hold up, I've moved my mic over here now, so
it sounds good now.
Okay. I just unplugged and plugged it back in. Anyway,
that was probably
what was I going to say? Anyway, I don't remember if you were at the bungee jumping Canada trip or not.
I was.
Okay, yeah, that was the day of the Tua Burrow Alabama LSU game with 20 NFL prospects in it that everyone's freaking out over for good reason. And I remember because we're in Canada, I don't have cell service. So I was trying to follow it, but I couldn't follow it. But I think it was someone was able to follow it, and they were giving me updates at halftime. They're like, "It's 33." I don't remember the exact score, but it was it's 33-10 LSU, and I'm like, "All right, there you go." I think that's in my mind where I was like, "All right, decision's made."
That game is just so crazy looking back.
And then we got to the lodge for the second half, so I was able to watch.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Yep. Because I remember that was the same day as what was the other big game? I'm blanking here. Was it the? I guess I can't remember, but I remember there's another big game that day too.
Remember NC State Clemson was the nightcapper game that we watched at the lodge. I remember that, but I doubt that's what you're talking about.
No, that's not. No, it was a morning. It was during the drive up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, that was the game I was thinking of.
Being a fan, I gotta say, 2019 was the least stressful NFL. Being a fan of a team that you know is going to lose week in and week out, when there's no week for that prospect and that that is no matter. Because you don't worry about the wins or the losses. Maybe it's awesome. And there's right at the end of the fun. I imagine winning the Bulls
I couldn't relate.
Again, I was just gonna say I can imagine the Super Bowl was probably better, but I couldn't relate to that yet. So
we haven't had a season where we abjectly sucked. We've had tough seasons where
the worst Seahawks season since 2010 was
the Russ's last year. Yeah, that was the worst season. And
Even
like
that was terrible.
No, it wasn't horrible. Like I think we
Like, what,
finished
6-11.
6-11. Yeah,
7-10.
that sounds about right. I think it was 6-11. So like it wasn't abject horrible like that. So like that's something I haven't experienced.
That was also the same season as I'm the best in the nation.
Bonk.
Yep.
I'll never forget Bobby's reaction to that. He was so pissed.
Yeah. Could have ended
hilarious.
the game. All right. Is it time for us to get into
Some award predictions?
Do we want to do a quick Hall of Fame breakdown here first?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Probably a little faster. So here are there's a 15 modern era finalists, which I read they can choose between up to 5. So they can pick up to 5 of these guys. Which means technically they could do less than 5 if they wanted to. Looking at it, I think Breeze and Fitz are the no doubt slam dunk runaway, and you have to let those two in. After that, I would have said Geekly, but he didn't get in last year, so I'm like, are they gonna let him in this year?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Willie Anderson should make it because he has like an insane resume, but this is also his 7th years of this is going to be his 5th year as a finalist, so you gotta let him in eventually, right? He should make it. Obviously, I'm biased when I say that.
Torrey Holt still hasn't made it.
Yeah. Witten?
I don't know.
I feel like the fact he took a year off to be just an awful commentator for ESPN should be used against him.
I agree. He was so bad.
I think Yonda's a good pick, but not if Yonda shouldn't get in before Anderson.
No. I agree.
Eli's controversial. I'm a no on Eli. Maybe not forever, but as a first ballot, I'm a no.
Yeah, not as first ballot. Absolutely agree there.
No on Gore. Again, maybe someday, but no on him for now.
I have a lot of respect for Frank Gore, but yeah. What about Reggie Wayne?
Right, the only slam dunks here are Breeze and Fitz. Breeze and Fitz 1,000%. Gore's not a first ballot guy.
Oh, this is his first year? Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is his first year eligible because his last year was in 2020.
That's right. He played forever now that I think about it.
Yeah. So if it says 2020, it means it's his first year. So Breeze is a first year eligible guy. Fitz is first year. Gore's first year. Those might be the only. Oh, and Witten first year.
I'm interested. Maybe Reggie Wayne.
Maybe Reggie Wayne. He's been waiting a while though. That's why I'm like, oh man.
I don't know why, honestly.
Breeze and Fitz are first ballots 1,000%. After that, I think Anderson should be in, but who knows at this point. His resume is insane though. Like how many? Let's see. Does it talk about how many All Pros he won? 4 straight All Pros. Basically recognized as the best right tackle of the 2000s. Honestly, I mean, and I know I say this a lot. I feel like if he wasn't on the Bengals and he was on a team that won more, he'd get more respect.
You're probably right.
He'd probably already be in, honestly. Let's see. Holt's a good pick. I think Holt should probably be in.
I think he should be in. He's
you know what? I'll say they usually don't let 2 of the same position in though, and you're not picking
waiting for
Holt over Fitzgerald.
Time, though.
That's true. You're not picking Holt over Fitzgerald though, and they usually don't pick Holt over the same position. So give me Breeze, give me Fitz, give me Anderson. Vinatieri's interesting.
Is this his first year?
Yeah. No. He is second year.
Vinatieri, I think, could make it.
I think so. I wouldn't hate Vinatieri making it. Reggie Wayne's kind of the same conversation as Holt, where it's like, yeah, he should probably be in, but
It's not the year for him.
yeah, it's just not the year.
Fitz is going to be unanimous. I'll tell you right now. Everyone likes
that. Absolutely. Breeze will be unanimous.
Like, even though he's a division rival, I have just the utmost love and respect for Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm having a hard time finding a fourth where I'm like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, even Anderson, I'm like, he should, but I don't know for 100% if he will, because he's already been in the spot 5 times, so he's been passed over. I could throw Kuechly in there. I think Kuechly was somewhat deserving of probably not first ballot, but this is second ballot now. So, I think Kuechly's deserved.
I agree.
So there you go. There's my Hall of Fame ballot for you. I got a defense player in there. So I'm going to go Breeze, Fitz, Anderson, Kuechly, and Vinatieri. I'll throw Vinatieri in there for some kicker love.
I'm going to go Breeze, Fitz, and Vinatieri.
Okay. I like it.
I think it must be longevity issues for Kuechly.
Yeah, that's true.
It's my only guess.
And that brings us to NFL honors. We can talk about the senior final. I mean, should we talk about the Belichick and Kraft stuff while we're here?
I don't even really care that much about it.
No. I mean, I think it's a little... I mean, should he be first ballot? Yes. Yes, Bill Belichick should be a first Hall of Famer, and it's pretty stupid he won't be. And the reason he won't be is just because of stupidity based on how they do the voting process. On the other hand, I do think it's been a little bit blown out of proportion. It's not like they're never going to let him in. It's not like there's like a special asterisk that goes on your bust if you're a first ballot. It's not like history will remember if you're a first ballot or not. Just an extra year of waiting. So,
like, honestly, this is just... It's kind of years of treating the media like crap coming back to fight Belichick. That's what this is.
Yeah. Yep. And that brings us to the awards. So, again, a quick recap on what our awards picks were at the beginning of the season. Some of these aged very poorly.
I think
at least Joe Burrow was a Pro Bowler, at least.
Nice.
There you go.
The Mike McDonald one aged well for you.
Yeah, I'd say both of our receiver picks, our offensive rookie of the year.
Yes, I agree.
You've got a finalist, and I think the favorite for Protector of the Year, if I know correctly. And we got a finalist for Comeback Player of the Year.
Let's go.
And not that this is how you evaluate it, but my assistant coach of the year got promoted to a head coach.
Nice.
Yours did.
Oh.
So obviously I won. No. We'll call it. We'll call it a push. What's up?
Is Kubiak up for it?
He is.
Wow.
Gotta. So, how do you want to do kind of the draft style like we've done in the past?
No, I thought that was kind of dumb.
You just want to do the picks? Okay.
Let's just pick them.
All right. Well, what do you want to start with then? Go all over. We'll mix it up.
Oh, I'm going first. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'll let you pick first because you won the coach bracket.
I'm gonna go with. So we're doing head coach, right?
You can do whatever you.
Oh, I can do anything I want.
Yeah. That when at the beginning of the season we just went all over. Each one down the list. All right, that works.
MVP. I'm gonna go Matt Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. So I think about it prevents the chalkiness, but I'm also going to agree with Matt Stafford. I think there was a time where I thought this was going to be May, but I think the recent buzz has really been around Stafford's most likely going to win. So go with the recent buzz.
I think so too. And he had a great playoffs too. Although, don't you vote before the playoffs?
They do vote before the playoffs, yes. Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going to go You know what? I think they're going to give the sympathy vote. I think they're going to say, we didn't give you MVP, so we're going to give you Offense Player of the Year. Give me Drake May for Offense Player of the Year.
I'm going to be biased. Give me JSN.
I knew you were going to be. Hey, nothing wrong with it as long as I see it coming, right?
Yep.
All right.
We have some fun.
There you go. Defense Player of the Year. I know this one will probably take a while for you to pick.
Oh, yeah, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, this one's easy.
Yeah, that one's set.
Do they take bets on that one?
The odds are still open technically, but you have to put down a lot of money to even get like a couple bucks back. So it's like technically it's free money if you've got that money to spend. You know, you only have to put down a couple $1,000s to win $10.
Let's do it.
Can you go a couple days without a couple $1,000s to win $10? Yeah, I agree. Myles Garrett's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year. This one's interesting. I think it's going to be one of the two guys that we picked. It's going to be Bucca or T-Mac. I'm going to go T-Mac because he kind of had the late momentum. Bucca kind of slowed down as the year went on.
Yep, I'm going to agree with you there. I feel like the buzz has been all T-Mac.
There you go. So you'd be vindicated there.
I would be.
You kind of clown me on that one. I give you double points for that one.
You kind of clown me on that one too. You thought I was reaching.
I didn't see it coming with the Panthers offense this year.
Yeah, and that's totally fair.
Alrighty. You're up. You're up for defense player or defense rookie of the year.
All right. I'm gonna be biased again. Just let me be it. It's probably gonna be Schlesinger, but let me give me a Memori.
Well, if you're gonna give me 3 points, I'll take him. Yeah, it's gonna be Schlesinger. Not saying Memori's not deserving, but Schlesinger just has the whole season body of work, whereas Memori was more of a mid to late season arrival. Schlesinger has been like on fire since week 1, like just grading insanely high through like PFF and stuff. So I'm gonna go Carson. Coach of the year. This one is not easy. This might be the hardest one because I think all 5 of these guys are like very deserving. I think all but Shanahan are realistic. Like I could see them giving it to any of these 4 guys. I genuinely don't know who I'd pick right now. I could go McDonald just to keep my preseason pick because it aged so well. Is that the direction I want to go? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to keep it McDonald. I'm just going to keep my preseason pick alive so I can get the double points if it works out.
I'm also going to go McDonald. I think since they vote before the playoffs, right, we just secured the number 1 seed. There's a lot of momentum going for him. Mina Kimes voted for him. What a shocker.
There you go. The new award, Protector of the Year, where I had Lane Johnson as sort of a Lifetime Achievement Award. He is not a finalist. Your pick of Penei Sewell is... What direction are you going?
This one's
important to note for this one. Not that it really matters, but AP doesn't vote for this one. This is a committee that votes for it.
Yep. I think I'm just going to stick with it. I'm going to go Penei Sewell again.
All right. I'm going to be boring, and I'm also going to agree. I think it's going to be Sewell. I think he's just gotten a lot of positive buzz this year. Which helps, obviously. Comeback Player of the Year. Again, a lot of deserving candidates. We could go Dak. Had an awesome season. Lawrence, obviously, took Jacksonville places I don't think a lot of people thought they could get to. Diggs, Hutch, McCaffrey, all these guys deserving. I'm not going to go with Hutchinson. I'm not going to go with my preseason pick here. Kind of... It's between Dak and McCaffrey for me. Give me CMC. You know, he's an MVP candidate. A lot of the times, you know, like last year especially, they like to give. Well, if we're not going to give him MVP, you know, we can give him comeback player of the year. Which also, by the way, I don't know if I ever clowned Adam Schefter for this, but he had a tweet that Christian McCaffrey is the first player ever to be a finalist for MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year. That's a lie. Joe Burrow did that last year. It's been less than 12 months, Adam. Come on. Anyways.
What a fraud.
What a fraud. Anyways. And also Adrian Peterson did it in 2012 too.
Oh. That was crazy.
It's happened twice before. Come on, Adam. Anyways.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yep. All right, your pick for comeback.
I think I'm going to go Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy media bias there, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm kneeling on.
I can see that. I can get behind that. And lastly, assistant coach of the year, where neither of our guys are on the board here.
Bummer.
Not to say either of them weren't deserving, though. Both of them could be head coaches.
Honestly,
one of them is a head coach, another could have been.
Other should be, honestly.
Really thanks, Pittsburgh. Anyways.
Is it my pick?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm going to go with Vance Joseph. I think he got so much out of a defense that on paper, you wouldn't expect that much. Like, they have some really great players, but they were really good.
Man, I thought I was going to get you with that. I'm also going Vance Joseph. Oh. Yeah, no, he had an awesome year. I'm shocked he didn't get more head coach consideration. Yes, was his first run as a head coach really bad? Yes. Would I want him to be my head coach? Probably not, just because of that.
I want him to be my DC, though.
I would love him to be my DC. It's sort of like a block.
He was a really good DC at where was he first?
In Arizona. He was a great DC in Arizona. Yeah. I thought it made a lot of sense for them to bring him back, but maybe they went with the trend. They saw we go to the playoffs with offensive coaches, not with defensive coaches, and they're like, can't hire Vance Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't racist. They just don't believe in defense in Arizona. That's what it is.
Side of ballist.
Yeah, the side of ballist. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, there you go. The bracket's complete now. Well, not the bracket. The spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet.
The table's complete.
The table is set.
And when we next meet on Thursday night, not only will this board be completely filled out, and I'll be able to tell you who was right and who was wrong and who got double points. Also, we will have guests. Will be joining us to talk.
We got a star-studded cast.
Little Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. It'll be quite the show. Really excited. So tune in, absolutely. As we're starting to close up shop here, I believe. Make sure you tune in on
episode in the season will be over.
What's up?
One more predictions pick episode in the season will be over.
We'll save our picks for the very end too. We'll keep the folks in suspense.
Oh yeah, of course.
Not that if you look at our record, our picks are much to go off of, but that's not important. Oh, I never updated the season standings here. There you go. I'm 135 and 142. Look at that. I'm a full five ahead of you now. My goodness.
Wow.
Just running away with it now. I'm kind of close to 500. Kind of.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, picking against the spread's tough. If I went back and saw how many of these we picked correctly, like straight up, then it's like, okay, I'm sure we would have been doing better. But
always bet the money
we'll give our Super Bowl picks towards the end of Thursday's episode, and of course, we'll have guest stars come on, and they'll give all their Super Bowl picks as well, and it's gonna be a very fun show. I'm really looking forward to it. Anything else to cover before we wrap it up here?
Just loving the fact that Brock Purdy's poster got taken down on Levi Stadium to put up Sam
Darnold poster. Yeah.
Enjoy the week, folks. Enjoy the week. One of us is in the Super Bowl, all of us in the Super Bowl. If one of us gets like, all of us get like. If one of us subscribe, all of us subscribe. Thanks for watching.
And drive safe, folks. Happy Super Bowl week.